Alright, so today we're going to be departing from Belleville Field, just south of Willow Run, in their Class Delta airspace there. We'll go ahead and make a back taxi call for Belleville, and make a call over Willow Run, get cleared into their Class Delta airspace while we're on the ground here. Then make a departure call for Belleville before heading over to Ann Arbor and make a full stop landing in their Class Delta airspace. So, see traffic flying around here. Go ahead and call Belleville traffic, let them know what we're going to be doing. Belleville traffic, Skyhawk 1538 Yankee, back taxi runway 33, Belleville. Once again, just clear final approach runway 33 and go ahead and back taxi on the grass. Pulling back with the yoke, trying to keep weight off the nose wheel. Taxi across the soft ground. Alright, so we've already done our engine run up. We're lined up here on runway 33, ready to go. We'll go ahead and call Willow Run. Since we're in their service class Delta, and let them know what we're going to be doing. Willow Run Tower, Skyhawk 1538 Yankee.
1538 Yankee, go ahead.
Skyhawk 1538 Yankee on the ground at Belleville, be departing runway 33, westbound Ann Arbor.
3 Yankee, roger, takeoff will be at your own risk. Winds at Willow Run, 26012.
Takeoff on risk, Class Delta transit approved, 3 Yankee. So we're good to go through their Class Delta now, heading westbound Ann Arbor. We'll switch over to Belleville frequency here, 122.9, and make a quick departure call. We'll go ahead and monitor Willow Run while we're doing that. And Belleville traffic, Skyhawk 1538 Yankee, departing runway 33, Belleville traffic. Switch back over to Willow Run, talk to them, and monitor Belleville CTAF. Before takeoff checklist, our windows and doors are latched, fuel selector valves on both, vents check, strobe and landing lights are on, and our runway heading checks with RDG are on the proper runway. Soft fuel takeoff here, no brakes, fly full power, getting as much weight off the nose wheel as possible. We'll pull as hard as we can, try to get ground effect as soon as possible. Control and direction with rudder. And now we're in ground effect, staying nice and low to the ground until we hit our VX at 65, then climbing out at 65. Once we have proper airspeed and we are accelerating, have positive rate of climb, we can go ahead and retract our flaps. We'll go ahead and make a gentle turn westbound on course to Ann Arbor. Accelerating to our VY of 80 miles per hour.
Great off traffic, Skyhawk 5253 Charlie is 4 miles from the south, coming in for a long downwind approach for runway 23, correction 27, 5253 Charlie.
Best call for Ann Arbor Tower, say again?
Skyhawk 1538 Yankee, 6 miles east, landing.
Cessna 38 Yankee, Ann Arbor Tower in our left base, runway 24, altimeter 3002, wind 260 at 8.
Left base, runway 24, 38 Yankee. So we got a frequency changeover from Willow Run to Ann Arbor frequency. Contacted Ann Arbor Tower on 120.3. And since we didn't include the ATIS information identifier, we went ahead and read our winds and our altimeter setting to us, which we already had set in there. We're going to be looking for the airport and entering a left base for runway 24. Expect runway 24 to run that way, so we'll see it running that way in our wind screen.
Cessna 7 Mike Papa, make right traffic, right traffic.
Right traffic, Mike Papa. Ann Arbor Tower, Medevac 2 Papa Hotel.
Medevac 2 Papa Hotel in Ann Arbor Tower.
Yes, ma'am. Good evening. Medevac 2 Papa Hotel, approximately 10 to the northeast. Inbound for landing, U of Alma. I've got Sierra.
Medevac 2 Papa Hotel approved into Ann Arbor class Delta airspace, altimeter 3002, wind 270 at 8, report landing assured.
And Medevac 2 Papa Hotel, landing assured, we'll go.
So Mike Papa, runway 24, clear for the option. After the option, make left traffic.
Cleared for the option, Mike Papa, left traffic follow.
Cessna 38 Yankee number 2, following Cessna, beam the numbers, right downwind.
Number 2 for the field, looking. Ann Arbor Tower, 3 Yankee, still negative contact.
Cessna 38 Yankee, that Cessna traffic's on a half mile right base to final.
3 Yankee looking. Proper responses on the radio when Tower will give you a traffic call is going to be your call sign and looking for traffic, or your call sign and traffic in sight.
Helicopter 157 uniform, Mike Ann Arbor Tower, departure at your own risk, altimeter 3002, wind 270 at 10 on course approved.
Good copy.
Helicopter 7 uniform, Mike, helicopter traffic about 3 miles east of the hospital inbound for U of M, altitude indicating 1,800.
Good copy. We do have him on CCAS. Thank you.
Roger. Medevac 2 Papa Hotel, helicopter traffic just departing U of M hospital heading northwestbound.
Medevac 2 Papa Hotel, Roger. Be looking for that traffic. Got him in sight.
Roger. Cessna 38 Yankee, that Cessna traffic, no factor, runway 24, clear to land, wind 270 at 10, gust 18.
Traffic no factor, clear to land, runway 24, 38 Yankee.
Helicopter 7 uniform, Mike, frequency change approved, good day.
Good day, thank you very much.
About 2.5 mile final now. We'll go ahead and begin our before landing checklist. We'll pull our carb heat on. We'll reduce our power to 1500 RPM. We'll hold our altitude, get our VSI to 0. That'll help us bleed off some airspeed. Then we can go ahead and reach down and pull our first 10 degrees of flaps. Once we have 10 degrees of flaps in there, we can go ahead and gently start our descent down, good 500 feet a minute.
Ann Arbor Tower, 7 Mike Papa.
And we can go ahead and add another 10 degrees of flaps.
Affirmative, left traffic.
And we'll retrim the aircraft for our slower airspeed now. We're controlling our airspeed with pitch. If I want to go faster, I'll push forward. If I want to go slower, I'll just pull back a little bit. And if I want to think a little slower, or slow my descent rate, I'll add power in. If I want to descend quicker, increase my descent rate, I'll pull power out.
Ann Arbor Tower, hold short, runway 24, traffic landing.
Maxway 91, holding short, runway 24.
Get a little closer, we can see the VASI come into view. We should see a red light on top and a white light on the bottom. That means we are right on our glide slope.
And Tower System 94801, did you get any of our previous 2 transmissions?
System 901, negative.
Thank you.
Now that we're short final, we have landing assured. We'll go ahead and pull our last 10
Mike
degrees
Papa,
of
one departure
flaps.
prior to your arrival.
And retrim.
One departure prior, Mike Papa.
Looking at the numbers, our touchdown point, and looking at the end of the runway so I can get an idea of how high I am and whether or not my aircraft's straight. I'll straighten the aircraft with rudder, and then control my drift side to side for the crosswind with aileron.
Good evening, Ann Arbor Tower, Cherokee 2979 Romeo.
A little bit of a right crosswind, we'll take a little bit of right aileron.
Cherokee 2979 Romeo,
Fly down in the ground effect at a safe airspeed.
79 Romeo, we'll go.
Then just hold the aircraft off, try to set down in a full
Romeo, is it going to
stall.
be a full stop?
Affirmative.
Go ahead and retract our flaps, carb heat off. Aerodynamic braking.
Cessna 3 Yankee, right turn Alpha 2, same intentions.
Right turn Alpha 2 and taxi Northwest T's 3 Yankee.
Cessna 3 Yankee, taxi Northwest T's via Bravo Charlie, remain this frequency.
Taxi Northwest T's, your Bravo Charlie, stay with you, 3 Yankee.
Cessna Mike Papa, runway 24, clear, touch and go.
So she wants us to make a right turn here on taxiway Alpha 2. Then we'll take this exit. The Northwest T hangars via Bravo Charlie. Before we taxi, we'll of course review our airport diagram. Now that we've stopped, we can do our after takeoff, after landing checklist. Our flaps are retracted, our carb heat's off, our strobe landing lights are off, leave our taxi light on, and our transponder set 1200. We have our airport diagram here, and we're going to taxi. We're right here at Alpha 2. Taxi to the Northwest T hangar. We have Bravo, Charlie, and we said we'd stay with her on her frequency 120.3 rather than contacting ground.
Turkey 79er, Romeo,
We have our clearance,
tower, runway
and
24,
check left and right, we're clear. We'll go ahead and taxi.
2707, gust 19er, there'll be one departure prior to your arrival.
Clear to land 24, 79 Romeo.
Alright, now that we are sitting here, we're at the Northwest T, holding short of Charlie, in non-movement area, we're going to go ahead and get our ATIS.
Visual approach for runway 24 in use. Notice to airmen use caution. Bird, steer, coyote in the vicinity. Advise on initial contact you have Sierra.
We have information Sierra.
In our report information Sierra 2253 Zulu. Wind 2609er. Visibility 10. Sky clear. Temperature 26. Dew point 14. Altimeter 3001. Visual approach for runway 24 in use. Notice to airmen use caution. Bird, steer, coyote in the vicinity. Advise on initial contact you have Sierra.
Alright, so our wind is 2609. About 10 statute miles visibility.
Wind
no ceiling. At least below 12,000. Altimeter setting 3001. And runway 24 is what we'll expect to use.
Visual approach for runway 24 in use.
We can go over to the clearance delivery frequency of 121.6. And what we're going to do today is actually ask to depart from Ann Arbor and travel south to Wood County Airport on the bottom end of this chart. We can't. And we will get VFR flight following from Detroit approach control and actually be underneath Detroit's Class Bravo airspace. We'll go ahead and ask for flight following while we're on the ground here so we don't have to do it while we're in the air. Ann Arbor ground, Skyhawk 1538 Yankee, Northwest T's with Sierra. VFR southbound to Wood County Airport, request VFR flight following.
Cessna 3 Yankee, Ann Arbor, ground runway 24, taxi via Charlie Alpha. What altitude are you going to go at?
Taxi runway 24 via Charlie Alpha and 3,500 on the altitude, 38 Yankee.
Cessna 3 Yankee, what's the destination airport you're going to?
Destination is Wood County, 1 Golf 0. Alright, and that little double click there just means she heard us. Our taxi clearance is to taxi runway 24 via Charlie, link up with Alpha here, and taxi right there to Alpha 1. We'll do a run up, then we'll depart runway 24.
Circle 3 Yankee, you can taxi runway 24 via Charlie Alpha. I'll give you a squawk code in a minute.
24 via Charlie Alpha, and I'll stand by for the squawk code 3 Yankee. Might have waited too long to start rolling, but always best to get out to the intersection of Charlie and Alpha. We'll look, check, make sure that we're clear, right? No one else is taxiing.
Yankee, you're going to squawk 5205.
Squawk 5205, 38 Yankee. So we have our squawk code of 5205. We can see this directional sign here that tells us we're now on taxiway Alpha. Alright, so our run-up is now complete. We're going to go ahead and expect to talk to Detroit on 118.905. We'll have that dialed in there, so it's all set up, ready to go. We'll be asking for clearance to take off from Ann Arbor Tower on 120.3. Go ahead and move this over. We have our checklist ready to go there. Pulled up to the hold short line here. We're holding short of runway 24 at Alpha 1, and we have our aircraft turned so we can see the other aircraft coming in on final. We've done our engine run up. Now we're going to go ahead and do our before takeoff checklist. Our windows and doors are closed and latched. Our fuel selector valve is set to both. Engine instruments still look good. We have good oil pressure, good oil temperature. Strobe and landing lights are on. And runway heading, we'll check that once we're out there on the runway. Go ahead and call for departure now. Ann Arbor Tower, Skyhawk 1538 Yankee, ready for departure, VFR southbound.
Cessna 3, Yankee Arbor Tower, left turn southbound approved, runway 24, clear for takeoff, wind 2607, gust 16.
Clear for takeoff, runway 24, left turn southbound approved. Skyhawk 153 Yankee.
Cessna Mike Papa, 1 departure prior to your arrival, runway 24, clear for the option.
1 departure, this will be full stop, Mike Papa.
Cessna Mike Papa, roger, runway 24, clear to land.
Clear to land, Mike Papa.
Full field truck and ground.
We'll slowly advance our throttle, everything looks good. Our DG checks, advance full throttle, and wait till we see rotation speed. We have no wind, so we won't have any aileron wind correction. And VX, and then lower the nose as we clear our obstacles to VY. Using plenty of right rudder to counteract P factor. Of course, once we hit 500 feet AGL, we'll go ahead and make our left turn southbound. Our left turn southbound, releasing a little bit of right rudder pressure. Still using right rudder, but just a little less now that we're in a left turn.
Cessna 38 Yankee, contact Detroit 118.905, good day.
Detroit on 1895, 38 Yankee, have a good one. We got a frequency change over to Detroit, and we'll go ahead and give them a call now. Roll out on our southbound heading. Listen on the frequency for a moment, nobody's talking, so we're not going to cut anyone off.
Serving 313, proceed direct ANT, climb maintain 13,000.
Detroit approach, Skyhawk 153 Yankee, leaving 1,700 for 3,500.
Or 153 Yankee, Detroit departure, ident please.
So he asks us to ident, we'll press our ident button. We'll pop up on his radar screen so he sees where we're at.
Number 3 Yankee, radar contact 1.5 miles south-southwest of the Ann Arbor Airport. Maintain VFR, Metro altimeter 3002. What's your requested altitude tonight?
3002, maintain VFR and request altitude tonight will be 3,500, 3 Yankee.
3 Yankee, roger. You are cleared to enter Bravo airspace. Proceed on course, maintain VFR 3,500.
Maintain VFR 3,500, cleared in Detroit class Bravo airspace, 153 Yankee.
Spare wings 313, contact.
So make sure we always read back a cleared in class Bravo airspace clearance. It needs to be very specific. That way we don't make any mistakes and accidentally have a deviation into the class Bravo. At this point we can go ahead and do our after takeoff checklist. Flip it over here. Our flaps are retracted. Our engine instruments still look good on our climb out here. Landing light we can shut off and just keep our taxi light on for collision avoidance. And our flight plan, we don't have one today, so we will not open one. We're already receiving VFR flight following. And just checking our altimeter, climbing through 2,600 here. I'll trim for our airspeed.
And approach, clear to 10.
I'm just doing a constant scan, looking outside for traffic, looking inside the aircraft at my instruments, looking at my heading, looking at my altitude,
Like to go up to,
cross-referencing instruments, making sure everything's still working,
a couple turns in the hold there, and then
looking back outside the aircraft for other traffic.
Put a 10, no problem. Fly your present, expect direct sailing here momentarily. Clear to 10. Clear to 10, proceed direct Salem. Direct Salem, clear to 10.
And as we approach our 3,500, we will slowly push forward, increase airspeed. As airspeed increases, we'll go ahead and reduce power to cruise setting. Then we'll retrim to relieve control pressure. Receiving VFR flight following, they'll do their best to let us know where traffic is and where we should look. Of course, they give our headings, 2, 3, 4 o'clock, wherever the traffic is in relation to our ground track, not the actual way the airplane's pointed, so we have to compensate for wind drift. But they're not required to tell us, and always a good idea that when we can, anytime you're in visual conditions, keep an eye on yourself and keep looking for traffic.
R3 Yankee, you are cleared to enter the Delta airspace, so we'll run there watching in.
Roger, 38 Yankee. So we're also clear into Wheel Run's Delta airspace. We'll go ahead and overfly the field before landing. We'll check the windsock. Even though we have the wind at Wheel Run that's only a few miles away, we can see the airport very clearly from here. The wind may be a little different at the uncontrolled field, so we'll overfly at traffic pattern altitude,
west of the VFR, 2,100, indicate type unknown. Number 3 Yankee, you got your destination site?
Affirmative, 3 Yankee.
3 Yankee, Roger. Just remain clear of the Bravo airspace. You're outside of it now, and radar service is terminated. And Squawk VFR, free exchange approved. You have a good night.
Squawk VFR, free exchange approved. And 3 Yankee, is it possible for me to get a Class Bravo clearance on the surface Bravo to make the approach to runway 33 and just clip the corner there?
Yeah, I'll coordinate with the tower. You are clear to enter Bravo airspace. You just clip the corner. That's fine. And 3 Yankee, tell you what, just remain that code then. Remain that code so a tower can see you. And radar service terminated. Change advice, free approved.
We'll stay on this code. Change the advisory frequency approved. Radar service terminated. 3 Yankee. Have a good night. We'll go ahead and switch over to our CTAF now. We have the airport in sight. Take a traffic call. Hello, traffic. Sky 3 Yankee. Overflying the field. 1,700 Belleville. Go ahead and turn off our car beat. Enhance throttle. Keep at this cruising speed till we can enter the traffic pattern. I'm flying from the right seat. I'll go ahead and put the windsock right off my right side of the aircraft so I can have a good view of it. And it looks like it's a direct crosswind, very gentle, favoring runway 33 a little bit. So we'll go ahead and enter a left downwind, runway 33. Belleville traffic, Sky 3 Yankee, entering left downwind, runway 33, Belleville. We have a tower here at Belleville that we'll be watching out for. You can see it right there, just south of the airport. Something to keep a really close eye on. We'll go ahead and fly outside the tower. That puts us into Detroit's Class Bravo surface airspace. We already have a clearance, so we are clear to enter it. Beam my touchdown point. Carpeed on. Power. Where I'm holding altitude. PSI is at 0. I'm slowing down. I can go ahead and drop my first 10 degrees of flaps. Got my tower in sight just off the left side there. I'll go ahead and start my gentle descent down 500 feet a minute. Always use our DG there to fly a nice rectangular pattern, especially when there's no wind correction to be made. Of course, patterns have to be tailored to your field, and here we have this little tower to fly around. Go ahead and retrim our aircraft for the slower airspeed. Little nose up there. And our base leg here, I'll go ahead and drop my second 10 degrees flaps down to 20. Make my traffic call, Belleville traffic, Sky 3 Yankee, left base, runway 33, Belleville. My final is clear, I've checked. Go ahead and drop my next 10 degrees of flaps. My final call for runway 33, Belleville traffic, Sky 153 Yankee, final runway 33, Belleville. We'll go ahead and get established all the way out here with our 40 degrees of flaps since it's a very short field. And we'll use a power on approach, increasing power here a little bit as our sync rate increases. Actually pushing forward on the controls right now. If I let go, the airplane wants to rise. The reason is I'm going to need a little bit of extra help pulling back in the flare once we do get slower. My airspeed up out here since we do have some power lines and trees to clear. As we can see, the winds just a few hundred feet above the ground are actually a little different than what they're doing on the ground. We have a little bit of a left crosswind as we're coming in here. As we get lower, it's changing to pretty gentle wind. As we clear our power lines and that tree there, I'll go ahead and reduce power and fly into ground effect. I'm in ground effect at a safe airspeed, controlling the direction of the airplane and just holding the airplane off to the slowest airspeed possible. Wheels are down, retracting flaps so we stick, and applying brakes. Pulling back on the yoke, trying to keep the weight off the nose wheel. Turning off car beat so we don't get any dirt in there from the grass field. Then we can turn off to the side here and do our after landing checklist. After landing checklist, our flaps are retracted, car beat off, strobes, landing lights, we can go ahead and turn those off. Turn off our taxi light at this point too. reset our transponder to 1200, so it's all set to go for the next flight.